Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the world's best investing podcast. Today, I have Lorenzo with me, master deep diver at this stage. Lorenzo is going to be talking about his Oddity investment and deep dive, which is doing very well. He's going to be telling you now how this has performed, but it's basically up 60% year to date. So something very special is happening in this company. Lorenzo is probably, I think he's the only person on X that I've seen talking about this company. So he has a lot of wisdom to share with us today. Lorenzo, the stage is yours. Let's go.
Thanks, Antonio, and thanks for having me.
Sure
Yeah,
thing.
so you're right. I think I'm the only person following this, so very excited. But I think investors start realizing about Oddity. So let's dive right into it. So I will start actually from the end. So why this is a compelling opportunity in my view? Why it was and still is? You look here, what is the revenue growth since 2020? Now here, this line is the revenue growth. So you see that it was always until a few months ago above 50%. Now it's stabilized around 27%, still high. But I think the best part is that this company is profitable. So normally I would have put here free cash flow, but we can have the luxury to look at earnings because more or less the trend is the same. So if I would have put free cash flow here, I would have seen a similar trend. So if you look at evaluation, you see that it went public, Oddity went public in 2023, started from a PE of 60, that is, in my view, appropriate for the growth and for the operating margin. Then it fall down immediately and it stabilized in September 24 around 25x PE. That is actually very low if you consider that it's a similar PE as big tech company, but it has a lot of potential here to grow because it's playing in a huge market, and now we will see what is it about. So it was flat more or less at this PE till last earnings last week, where probably investors started to realize that maybe it is worth to look at it. And it went straight 20% or more in a couple of days after the earnings. So, yeah, exciting opportunity. Let's dive into what they do, what is the business. So, this is the market 600 billion totally beauty and wellness. It's a huge market. They have penetrated now less probably of 1% of this market, so a huge run to go. What differentiate Oddity from the other companies, big companies? Think about L'Oreal playing in this field. Well, here on the left, there is the typical incumbents model. So offline retail shops, physical shops, wholesales, outsourced model. So they manufacture, they do the marketing, and then they leave the shops, physical shops like supermarket or other distributors to sell it. Yes, they may have some branded shops, some showroom, but mostly they use the distributions, the commercial distribution. One size fits all, so no custom, no personalization. They sell the same product to everyone. They basically they bet on efficiency, marketing, and efficiency of distribution. What we have on Oddity site, as opposite to this model, it's a direct to consumer, so they have some physical shops. It's really less than 5% of the revenue. There was a short report coming out a few months ago, and I think that is part of the reason why investors stay away from it. But it's negligible. It is mainly a direct to consumer business, digital. So they have their platform, their website through which they sell. That means that they own all the data about consumers and they can use this data. This is a big differentiator, the first big differentiator from incumbents. Vertical stack, so they are getting verticalized. So here a lot of similarity with other company like HIMS, but like a lot of successful company I'm invested in. They have a lab they use to innovate and invent new molecule. that they use them to make their product. They are personalizing the product more and more. Also, this is what reminds me is hymns vibes here. Even if they are not there yet, they are more like, yeah, let me understand what are your tastes, what is your skin, and will recommend the right product for you. But they are getting there more in the personalization, and they are data centric. So everything, their edge is about data, basically. Everything turn around it.
Lorenzo, so just a quick one. This is basically a vertically integrated infrastructure that puts together data science with personalized manufacturing to basically maximize value per dollar spent in terms of skincare, right? So it would be like a little bit like a HIMS that produces its own medicines focused for skincare.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's the idea that their vision, they are not there yet. So that means they are outsourcing the manufacturing
Okay.
mostly. They are
And
mostly outsourcing.
all right,
But
gotcha.
yeah, but they are. I think they are getting there, and we will see this with the new brand they are launching end of this year.
So just a quick one as well. What has made investors reconsider this thesis recently? Why do you think the stock went up 20%? So what's changed fundamentally? How has this company evolved since you
Yeah,
looked into it?
yeah, I think they are very sticky to their, I mean, tied to they are executing on their vision, so nothing changed. They are actually proving, in my view, and that is also the this is also for me, this is important also for me because I saw the potential, but still, since the short report, since the management is not sharing really a lot of KPIs here. So you need a bit to trust them. But as you see that they are actually executing, they are doing what they are saying. They keep growing at the same pace they are saying they will. So you start to get confident and say, okay, maybe this is real. They are really good. It's not a scam. No, I think that's what is happening. They keep crushing it every quarter. No.
Okay, got it. So it's basically because you see continued progress in certain financials, you think something special is happening here.
Yeah, progress in financial management is consistent. They are doing what they are saying. They are reiterating the same every earnings call. So yeah, that's mainly, I think, what is happening.
Got it. And so what are the next building blocks of the thesis that have to click together for this to become a very successful investment in your view?
Yeah. So if I should probably define them in few words, they are a venture that is launching new brand and new business on the same technology stack and data stack. So it means they now own the information and data about consumers, and they are launching brand 3, and then they will launch brand 4, and they are using the same technology stack to do it. So they are actually becoming more and more efficient because they can understand what the customer wants, what is working better, what is working worse, and they are scaling by building new brands in new markets. So what basically they are doing now, they are expanding the brand tree with launch in a few months this year. Brand tree is actually a telehealth platform. So again, more and more HIMS vibes here. They are it's about skincare. They will use the same infrastructure they have about AI, AI powered visual, and so on. And they are personalizing prescription and OTC treatments, and they will use the same data stack. They are doing this. They took like 1 year to do this. They say, we are not in a hurry. We want to be sure we are going to crash it. We are just elaborating customer data before to do this. So they will launch brand tree, and I will think we will see revenue going parabolic by the end of the year, and they will launch brand 4 next year. They didn't share enough about brand 4, but basically, if you invest in HIMS, in Oddity, you are investing in a company that is it's dynamic and is growing exponentially, probably across the next few years. So they are very startup mindset, and they are keeping it.
That's interesting. So I guess that, I mean, the ultimate component of the value creation process is the brand. So if the brands work, then this company makes money. So that's qualitatively what you're seeing. You're seeing these brands gain traction in the marketplace. That's ultimately what gives you confidence that
Yeah,
the whole vertically integrated infrastructure works. Is that correct?
this is correct, Antonio. And the flywheel that you can see here, that they are also advertising that they have this flywheel. I'm seeing it that actually this is the case because it is getting at work. So you have customer data, users data, you that goes in the machine learning, I mean in the AI stack, let's say. Then it help increasing user acquisition because they start to know better their customer and propose the exact product they want. Then it increases site visitors, that then becomes Oddity user because they cross sell. So if they acquire a customer on Il Maquillage, that is one of the brand, they are most likely cross selling to the other brand that is Spoiled Child, and then from next year, from end of the year, they will be cross selling to the telehealth platform. They said in the last earnings call that they are already seeing a lot of overlap between these two brands. Yeah, so this is a reinforcing virtuous loop that is reinforcing itself, and they will launch new brand, new products development, new molecules, and with the edge they have toward against competition will increase more and more. This is the flywheel, and they are executing on this. We can see every quarter, and everyone, I think, is becoming more and more confident that they are actually doing it.
Got it. And so, in terms of the stage at which this company is at, would you say this is early stage, risky kind of thing, even before where HIMS is at today, or where would you put it? So, how does the audience have to think about the risk reward profile of this company?
I think. I mean the. I think it's definitely asymmetric because they don't have a lot of downside from here because the revenue is there, the valuation is still quite cheap, even if they will not be successful in launching brand 3. uh, the company is appropriately evaluated on the base of brand 1 and brand 2. So I think the downside is very limited. What can happen in the worst case is that they fail in launching the new brands. It doesn't go the new brand. It doesn't go as expected, and probably the quotation, the price remain flat for the next couple of years. But in the best case, they will go exponential. So it's definitely an early stage. I would say the red flag, if we can call it red flag, is the management. I still need to few months more to see how they operate to say 100% this is going to be the investment of the year, but all the prerequisites are there. So early stage, but a lot of potential there and limited downside.
So at the moment, you think this is a good application of the mental framework that I teach in the course. You see all the elements that would lead you to believe that this company is more likely to succeed than not.
Yeah, absolutely, Antonio. And ironically, this was, my first deep dive I did after I took the course. So it was really a good experience because, yeah, I think it fits perfectly the framework. You can put it at work and see exactly how this flywheel is working, all the qualitative data you talk about, and yeah, so definitely it's a yes.
All right, beautiful. And so my understanding is you're also a bull for lemonade. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right,
Yeah.
so I think the audience would like to see you on again on the podcast to talk about lemonade because there's a lot of lemonade bulls who are asking me for my opinion, and you're very well qualified to give them yours because I think you are now perfectly capable of applying the mental framework from the course. So I'd like to have you over for another video, maybe in some time, a few months time, and maybe is there something else you would like to share with the audience regarding this thesis, just to cap off? Maybe Is this a large or a small part of your portfolio? So how are you thinking in terms of allocating to this, etc.?
Yeah, this is actually I have now nine stocks in my portfolio. That is my right. I mean, I'm not going beyond 10 because I'm not able to monitor and control everything. So audit is a quite big part, around 10% of my portfolio. I'm quite confident about it. As I said, downside is limited. Is playing in a defense industry, so it should be even recession proof. The only thing I would add, as I said, uh, the KPIs that the company shares are limited. I don't know why they do this, and that's one of the reason. I mean, I was a bit cautious at the beginning, so I hope they will share more, and it's even more important in this case to have what I call a business ontology. And actually, this term we frame it together, Antonio. If you remember when we did the Duolingo deep dive, it was a brainstorming that we came to it together. But I really like this word, so
Good name.
I'm adopting from now on in all my deep dives. So it's important that all the knowledge that you acquire once you use your framework in this analysis, you put black on white in this kind of some kind of this diagram, so that you know exactly how your thesis is monitored, how to monitor your thesis. And every quarter you go there and you check all the points, check.
Yeah.
Yes, it's on track. Or no, maybe here there is a red flag, but you need a framework. Otherwise, it's even more important because you don't have enough KPIs, no? So you need to be
Yeah.
very focused on what you're looking for. So that's
So
the
this is the basis of your quarterly updates with the thesis. This is essentially where you're looking for progress on a quarterly cadence, correct?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
correct.
All right. Awesome. Well, guys, if you want to learn more about Lorenzo's Oddity thesis, you can go and check out his written updates. I'll be linking to that in the show's footnotes. And Lorenzo, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. Thank you so much for being a part of the courses community and everything. And congratulations on all of your work. I believe it's of really the highest quality. You guys should definitely follow Lorenzo, both on his X and Substack profiles. And Lorenzo, again, thank you so much for coming on. And hopefully, I'm looking forward to having you on back soon.
With pleasure, Antonio. Thanks for having me.
All right. Take care. Thank you very much for sharing this with us. See you.